everyone, this is Meg reviewing for videogamesblogger.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the Dragon Age 2 official musical score. Now, before I get started, I want to say that there will be links below to where you can preview or buy this soundtrack if you're interested, and also I want to note that I'm reviewing this objectively, i.e. not as a part of the Dragon Age 2 video game, but more of a disembodied soundtrack experience. Inon Zur is one of those composers I see everywhere, what I would consider a jobbing composer, which is like the musical equivalent of a jobbing actor. He's worked on a lot of different soundtracks for a broad range of companies and projects. Now, it's not just the big companies that hire him, but he's by no means a little name in his field, far from it. But despite this impressive CV, I still don't know much about him as a composer. He doesn't have much of an identity to me, in the sense that I can't pick out what makes him the composer that he is. He's neither a chameleon or master of all, like, say, Hans Zimmer, but he doesn't have a distinctive style apparent in all of his works either, like Graham Revell. I can't say that this soundtrack tells me too much about Inon either, but it is a step in the right direction. For starters, it demonstrates an incredible ability to skillfully weave together a very visceral, not to mention creative, musical experience. The album itself features 12 tracks and lasts just under 30 minutes in total. From a style perspective, these are pretty much divided right down the middle. Some tracks have an extraordinarily ethnic folk feel, combined with a little orchestral and occasionally vocal accompaniment. These tracks are what I'd call surround sound, or the hills are alive with the sound of music, and treats both ears to different sounds and melodies at the same time. On the other hand, some tracks go full orchestral, a la Dragon Age Origins, and offer the same gusto and sheer power that a traditional orchestra brings. Of course, it depends on your own musical tastes, but I personally preferred the first style and found myself skim listening through the latter. Tracks like Fenris's theme, main theme, lover's theme, and tavern music are all rich and dynamic and build layers upon layers of different sounds and instruments and textures and feels. But compare the orchestral tracks like Arashok or Templars or Kunari on the Rise to those, and it leaves the orchestral tracks feeling a little compressed, two-dimensional, quite flat. So one half of the score is very traditional orchestral material, and the other is a little more experimental, distinctive, dark, sorrowful, edgier. I prefer this. It made me wish that the whole soundtrack took a similar kind of risk, even when dealing with long-established lore of the video game. Of course you may feel differently, but ultimately this soundtrack is a mashup of two completely different styles. I'm not sure if this is because perhaps the score didn't know what it wanted to be, or if the video game reflects this. Maybe the point was to marry together two disparate worlds. But overall, I feel it lacks cohesion. One half doesn't necessarily translate or carry over to the other, and vice versa. If you had not told me that Templars and Fenris's theme occupied the same soundtrack, I would have assumed that they were by two completely different composers in completely separate works. Vocalist Aubrey Ashburn returns for the Rogue Heart song, which is a bit of a throwback to Dragon Age Origins' I Am the One track, or Leliana's song. And while I'm on the subject of Dragon Age Origins, I want to say that I prefer the balance of length in Dragon Age 2's score, and whereas Origins tracks ranged from a meagre 44 seconds to about 3 or 4 minutes long, the majority of tracks in Dragon Age 2's soundtrack are kind of an even 2 or 3 minutes and felt a lot more complete. Tracks had a beginning, middle and end, whereas in the Origins score I was practically crying out for tracks to be looped a few times. I also wanted to point out that a track titled Kirkwall Nights is very similar to music composed by Inon Zur for the Prince of Persia Warrior Within score. This is by no means a bad thing, but it was noticeable nonetheless, and something that I just wanted to bring up for fellow music files. The Dragon Age 2 score is a little bit of a mixed bag, but it's also short, sweet and to the point. I would recommend to those of you who are interested in this score but haven't played the video game to check it out in its entirety first, the score, not the video game, purely because it is a little inconsistent in its overall style. That being said, though I personally prefer one half of this score to the other, it doesn't make the other half unbearable. It's just that the rich tracks, for me, are worth the price of admission on their own, so to speak. Okay, so it would be easier for me to purchase tracks individually on iTunes or Amazon, but I like owning the score in its entirety. And that's what it should be about, especially if you're an enthusiast. And even though I say that the orchestral pieces feel a little less three-dimensional, doesn't mean I don't like them. For example, I really enjoy Kunari on the Rise. And I'm also assuming here that you're going to be as picky as me if you're watching this. You might love both styles equally, and you might have played the video game and like the tracks because of the memories or experiences they carry. So overall, even though the Dragon Age Origins 2 score is a bit of a 50-50 for me personally, the half that I love has been looping on my laptop for days. It's rapidly becoming a favourite, and that alone makes it worth it in my opinion. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave your own comments on the Dragon Age 2 score or video game in the comment section below. I'll see you next time. Bye!